meanwhile demanded that I sign a prenuptial agreement because she assumed that I was a gold digger. Now she's livid and wants to cancel it after she discovered that my dad owns luxury hotels. My future mother-in-law, let's call her Brenda, insisted I sign a prenup because she was convinced I was a gold digger, but now she's practically foaming at the mouth trying to get it canceled after discovering my dad owns a chain of boutique hotels. My fiancé, Liam, is a software engineer, and I'm a marketing manager, earning a very similar salary. We've been together for 2 years, got engaged 3 months ago, and are planning our wedding for next spring, about 9 months away. His family is a mix of academics and civil servants. While my dad built his hotel business from scratch, my mom is a retired art teacher, and my older brother and his husband are both graphic designers. My parents still live in the charming, slightly rambling Victorian house they bought when they were first married. It's where they raised us, and it's filled with memories and close to all their oldest friends. I've never been one to flaunt wealth. It just feels unnecessary. For instance, I ride my bicycle or take the bus most places because city traffic is a nightmare, and parking is exorbitant, while Liam drives a sleek Audi. I have a perfectly functional older smartphone, and he constantly ribs me for not upgrading to the latest model. I'm more likely to find a great dress at a consignment shop than spend a fortune on something I'll wear once, and I genuinely prefer a good taco truck to a Michelin-starred experience. I suppose I never explicitly detailed the extent of my father's success because it just didn't seem pertinent to my relationship with Liam. I think Liam and his family, based on my lifestyle, just assumed my family was comfortably middle class. After our engagement, we had dinner at his parents' house, and Brenda asked about my future career plans. I mentioned I was considering leaving my current agency role after the wedding to help manage the marketing for my father's hotel group. The atmosphere at the table shifted instantly. Brenda got this pinched, suspicious look, questioning why I'd abandoned a promising career and if I intended for Liam to bear all the financial responsibility. That's when the prenup demand came, and honestly, I was fine with it. I signed without a fuss. Fast forward to a couple of months ago when we dived into serious wedding planning. In my culture, we're Italian-American, and Liam's family is more waspy, so our wedding traditions differ significantly. Italian weddings are grand, joyous affairs, and this is the one area where my family truly indulges. My parents started talking about inviting around 350 guests from our side, especially since I'll be stepping into a more public-facing role with the family business, and those connections are important. Plus, they envisioned a full weekend of events, a rehearsal dinner, the ceremony, a lavish reception, and a farewell brunch. My dad even floated the idea of booking out one of his smaller countryside hotels for the entire celebration. Brenda and her husband immediately stated that if we wanted such an extravagant wedding, we'd be footing the entire bill. My father just chuckled and assured them he was planning to cover everything regardless. As the planning progressed, and they saw the caliber of venues we were shortlisting and the vendors we were engaging, caterers, florists, musicians, Liam's family began to realize the scale of spending was far beyond what they could have imagined or afforded. I think that's when it dawned on them that my father's business wasn't just a couple of bed and breakfasts. They did some online searching, found the hotel group's corporate website, and saw the portfolio, the press features, and the financial overviews. Now, his family, especially Brenda, is incensed, accusing me of deliberately concealing my family's wealth. I'm almost certain they want to shred that prenup, but I'm standing firm. It was their idea, after all. Brenda has been sending me a barrage of texts, calling me deceitful and manipulative for not disclosing my family's financial status from day one. But am I really in the wrong here? Technically, it's my father's wealth, not mine, which is why I live modestly. And yes, I plan to work for his company, but it's because I'm passionate about the industry and want to contribute, not because I feel entitled to a handout. So, after all the wedding planning drama and the revelation about my dad's hotel empire, things escalated dramatically. Brenda confronted me during a tense family dinner with her husband and Liam's siblings present. She launched into a tirade about how I was duplicitous and had tricked their family by hiding my affluent background. The venom in her voice was startling. It was clear she'd been harboring this resentment for weeks. Liam was visibly tensing up, his jaw tight, a sure sign he was embarrassed and annoyed with his mother. Brenda continued, calling me a charlatan and suggesting Liam should seriously reconsider marrying someone so dishonest. At that point, I'd had enough. I looked her straight in the eye and asked why my family's financial situation was so critically important to her. I asked her bluntly why she needed a full financial disclosure before she could accept me as a daughter-in-law. She looked utterly flabbergasted, as if she couldn't believe I'd dare to challenge her so directly. She stammered, unable to articulate a coherent reason, just muttering about honesty and transparency. Liam stood up, announced we were leaving, and we walked out. Later that evening, Liam and I had a long, serious discussion and mutually decided that we couldn't have Brenda at our wedding if this was how she was going to behave. It was an incredibly difficult decision, but we both felt it was the only way to ensure a joyful, peaceful celebration and begin our marriage without this cloud of negativity. Liam was the one who called his mother to inform her she wasn't invited, and from what I heard, she completely unraveled at the news. 3 days later, Brenda served us with papers claiming she'd hired a lawyer to sue me for fraudulent misrepresentation in the prenup negotiations, demanding we either void it or she'd tie up our wedding funds in court. Full story on channel, link below.